Well, it's pretty quiet in my house right now, but let me take just a moment to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Yes, here we are, Christmas Day 2022. And I have a song for you here on our Sunday Song Time. I mentioned last time when I sang Mary's Boy Child, there was kind of a pop song, and so there were some inaccuracies, let's just say, theologically, but the message was there. And it's kind of the same with this song here, but I've always liked it. And, well, it's kind of a fanciful little song in many ways. And its message, though, comes through, and it comes through in a series of questions. Questions like, do you see what I see? Do you hear what I hear? Do you know what I know? And I'm not saying that in kind of a smarmy, know-it-all kind of a way. No. But I want to just present to you, and this is the reason why I do all these songs, is to present to you the message of Jesus. And, well, a good time to be doing that is here at Christmas time. And so I hope you enjoy this version of Do You Hear What I Hear? Here we go. Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. And said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the seas, with a voice as big as the sea. And said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? In your palace warm, mighty king, you don't know what I know. A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him incense and gold. Let us bring him incense and gold. And said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. A child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. I need a whole choir sometime. Anyway, do you hear what I hear? Hey, I'm going to keep this one short. Nobody usually complains about that. But I was thinking about some words actually written a long time before that first night in Bethlehem. And it talks about Bethlehem, actually. It comes from the prophet Micah. Amazing thing about the scriptures. In fact, it's one of the reasons why many of us believe that Jesus actually was the Messiah that was prophesied and promised all those years ago, because, well, things like the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, right, back in the 1940s, they let us know that the Bible was not just written by a bunch of people who got together, and wrote it all at one time, and, we'll put this in, and then we'll make sure it gets fulfilled over here. And no, it goes back centuries and centuries before. The prophets proclaimed things that, well, Jesus fulfilled. And the odds of fulfilling any prophecy about you is, well, it's pretty small. Don't go betting any money on it. But Jesus fulfilled the prophecies concerning the Messiah. And one of them was where he was going to be born. I mean, none of us gets a chance to have any say in that, right? But in Micah chapter 5, it says, "You, Bethlehem, Ephrathah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from of old, from ancient times." Hey, the prophet said he was going to be born in Bethlehem. Kind of a obscure little out-of-the-way place when you come to think of it. And then I was thinking of Isaiah, and a lot of prophecies fulfilled by Isaiah. And he talked about some people walking in darkness who saw a great light. And on those living in a land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. And boy, kind of reminds us almost sometimes of Canada, doesn't it? But then he described this child, a child. "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders." Now, it's not talking about, like the Canadian government or the U.S. government. I mean, it says later that the greatness of his government and peace will have no end. So he is still going to govern someday in this world. The question, of course, becomes, does he rule in your heart, in my heart, individually? And look at what he'll be called. He'll be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And he's going to reign on David's throne over his kingdom. He's going to establish justice and righteousness. Now, someday we're going to see it in its fullness. We just get little glimpses of the kingdom of God now. But the zeal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish this. Yes, I guess it was kind of obscure, right? A little baby born in a manger, in a stable, and an inn, no room for the inn. And I mentioned this at the little church service that we had about a week ago. On the one hand, sure, the birth of a baby, isn't that inviting, right? Isn't that so almost unobtrusive, right? Here comes God as a baby. Oh, isn't that nice? And everybody likes babies. But not only is it kind of unalarming, unobtrusive, gentle, it's also in many ways, well, I don't know, kind of easily forgotten, easily overlooked. Right? You think about the people of Jesus' time, and they're in Bethlehem, and a little baby born. Oh, isn't that nice? And hey, listen, I'm not a heartless person. I wish that young couple well, but got nothing to do with my life. And time marches on, and so the message of Jesus, it's overshadowed in so many ways by so many other messages. But I put these little songs out in the hope that maybe you'll consider. Maybe you'll consider, hey, who governs your life? Receive him. Receive the light of the world. He'll bring us goodness and light. And I'm getting more and more convinced day by day, and as I get older and older, we're not going to bring in any peace into this world. We're just not. We'd have done it by now. He hasn't done it yet. But I believe he will. The Prince of peace. And in this song, as the king said to the people, hey, pray for peace. Pray for peace, people everywhere. You and I are called to be peacemakers, to bring peace into our world. We need help with that too, though, don't we? And so embrace the Prince of Peace. And, even as we look out pretty soon to a brand new year, may you embrace the light, the goodness and light brought to us by the God who loved us so much that he gave his one and only Son. And may the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you on this Christmas day, and whatever you're doing, whatever it means for you, from my house to yours. God bless you, and thank you for tuning into these.